Hey everybody, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today in the shop. What we're going to be doing is finishing off the bed, the loft bed. If you didn't see part one, go back on my channel. It's one of the later videos that I did. Today we're going to be building the steps and the storage in the steps. We're also building the rails, the banisters. Every step is a full extension drawer, and they're all constructed of half-blind dovetails. So stick around. This is going to be a great build. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is start ripping down the pieces of plywood to the sizes of the stairs that I need. Each step is going to be a box, and that's going to house the drawers. Once I have them ripped to the width that I need, I'll cross-cut them to length using a stop block and my panel sled. Now that I have all the parts cut, I can use glue and screws and start to assemble the stair boxes. Once I have the first box assembled, I'll set it aside and start to work on the larger ones. There's going to be 4 total, and each one is going to be longer than the next to create the stair effect. Now that I have all the stair boxes assembled, I'll apply some glue to each one of the bases and secure them together with brad nails and screws. Tacking it in with brad nails will just temporarily hold it in place so it doesn't shift around from the glue while I get to screw it down. Once I have all the boxes for the steps secured together, I'm going to cut a back panel and really stabilize it. Now I'll install the stair treads. I'm using 16 gauge finish nails and some wood glue. I'm creating a solid panel with a notch here, which is going to be the opening for the top of the staircase. I'll use my track saw to plunge into the piece to make the cut, and I'll stay away from the corner, and I'll finish that off with a handsaw. Now I'll rip down some solid wood to trim out the staircase and the panel. And now I'll cover up those screw holes with some wood plugs. Alright, now it's time to start working on the handrails, also the board and batten that's going to cover up all these plywood edges. Now since this is not only going to be part of the board and batten to cover up the edges, it's also going to be part of the handrail, so I'm just going to tack it in place with 18 gauge brad nails and then apply some screws also. Now I'm going to install the handrail cross braces, and I just had enough clearance below the ceiling here. As you can see, it's on top of my workbench. I'm standing up there to install it. Now that the handrails are done, I can trim out the rest of the board and batten on the side here. Once the board and batten is done, I can start to apply the stain and get ready for a finish. Once the finish is all dry, I'm going to install the drawer glides. First I'll install the solid panel. Now that the panel is installed, I can screw the steps into it and try them out. Now we're heading back down to the shop to start to cut the parts for the drawers. And now for the fun part. I have the drawer parts set up in my dovetail jig, and we're going to start cutting the half-blind dovetails. First thing I'll do is make a climb cut, and then I'll plunge in to complete the pins and the tails. Once all the parts are done, it's over at the table saw to cut a shallow groove for the 1/4 inch bottom. After a quick test fit, it's onto the glue up. I can put everything in the clamps, set it overnight, and let it cure.
Now for the drawer fronts, I'm going to mark out a half loop here. I'm going to make a curve, and that's going to be the finger pull for the drawers. Now I'll cut out each one of those drawer fronts on the bandsaw. Once I have all the curves cut out on the drawer fronts, I'll use the oscillating spindle sander to clean them all up. Now I'll finish it off with some edge banding on the sides of the drawers.
Alright guys, well that's it for this week's project. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I like building it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the little picture of a bell on the bottom of the screen there underneath the video box there. That's a notification bell. For every time I upload a video, you'll get notified. This way you don't miss anything. Alright, so we did half-line dovetail drawers. Every one of these is a full extension drawer with the full extension drawer slides or glides, whatever you want to call them. We have a handrail and everything, and that's it. We have the solid panel over here that kind of boxes in the bottom of the loft bed, and later on what we're going to be doing in that corner over there in the far corner is just constructing a small computer desk that's going to fit right in there, 90 degrees. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, where I posted pictures and short video clippings and everything as I do it before the video gets edited and put on YouTube. Thanks for joining me again, and I'll see you next time.